Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. You know what time it is. It's time for Stella. Guys, you all, I think I'm gonna have to change the name of the show. I'm no longer drinking Stella Rosa. Oh, my eyes are watering. I'm no longer drinking Stella Rosa. Not that I don't love Stella Rosa, but I haven't had any in a while. Today I'm on my good old water in my big old Chick-fil-A cup. I did I guess a cleanse for Lent. You know, Lent is the 40 days before Easter, and most people give something up, and I decided to give up sugar. Um Really, as a way to jumpstart a health journey that I'm on, I really have to start eating less sugar. And we all know Stella Rose ain't nothing but a whole bunch of sugar. So I'm off of it for 40 days. We're gonna see how it goes. I didn't make the 30 days no shopping. I, that was a hard one, but I'm really gonna try the 40 days no sugar. And I'm hoping, hey Taj, thank you. I'm hoping they say after 30 days something can become a habit. So I'm hoping after 30 days no sugar, it'll be a habit for me not to really crave sugar as much as I used to. But we'll see. I'll keep you all posted how I do. Your girl did something new today that I never, hardly ever, ever, ever do. I took some good old fashioned notes. I have notes, you guys. Hey, Dr. Ivy, thank you. Just because we're going to talk a little bit about the Challenge 38 reunion, of course. But I really want to get into the Survivor cast. Survivor starts Wednesday. I'm really excited for Survivor 44. I'm like this close. This cough about to be gone. This close. I'm really excited to talk about the cast. I finally watched all the pregame interviews. I took notes, who I like, who I don't like. We're going to get into that second. But up first, let me go into my notes for the what is this called? The Challenge reunion. Because I felt like if I didn't take notes on the Challenge reunion, I would have forgot everything. Everything that was talked about, because part one was boring. I feel like the trailer for part two seems a little bit more interesting. Hey, Andrew. So hopefully part two will be a little bit better. But let's get into the Challenge 38 reunion part one. Up first, let's go through some of the looks. Let's get into some of the looks, you guys. This is everyone. For the most part, we don't expect gowns. We don't expect tuxedos. Everyone looked nice. I didn't see one person on this challenge reunion that I was like, oh, what the hell they got on? Yeah, not one person. So Tori a little bit. I didn't like Tori's shoes. I felt like, girl, if you was gonna wear a dress shirt and some dress pants, you could have put on some dress shoes. But hey, that's not Tori's personality. She's a sneakers girl, whatever. But that was it. So let's get into a few of these. Hey Zuda, I love what Laurel has on. Laurel is wearing like that mesh print, and that's like my new vibe. That is my new vibe. I love me a mesh. Like this sweater is a little bit mesh. I love, hey Charles, I love something see-through with a print on it. So I love Laurel's shirt. I thought Laurel looked good. Norris had it all out there and she looked good. Nelson looked good, but I'm just not a fan of the braids with the gold pieces on it. Hey, Dabu. Ugh. Nelson to me is sexier without the decorated braids. I don't know, but it's his thing. I'm going to let him do it. Tori, like I said, right here from the breast up, Tori looked good. Her makeup looked good. I just didn't like the gym shoes with her outfit. Everybody is saying that Olivia got her face done. She looked the same to me. Olivia looks good. If you get hit in the face with a golf ball, you might want to get a little bit touched up too. Casey and Kenny, typical Casey. If you're gonna do the suit, girl, at least get it fitted. I know you have the money to get your suits fitted, Casey. That's my only critique. Nani looked good until she opened her mouth, but I ain't gonna give Nani too much. I'm not gonna give Nani too much. Andrew, Charles's business is so amazing right now. You have to be on the email list, because if you aren't on the list, you will miss the drop. And once they drop, it sells out. And I believe he has some new products coming soon too. But definitely go to Charles Warren Presents, and if anything, get on the email list. And definitely, if you see the North Carolina or the South Carolina, Charles, forgive me, I forget which Carolina. If you see that ginger sweet rub on there, get it before it sells out. But thanks for asking, Andrew. This is Raven. Raven looks stunning until she started crying over Johnny. Thank you. Put it in the chat, Charles. Until she started crying over Johnny, I thought she was stunning. Girl, I need you to get you a little bit of help. Find you what they call a little bit of an elder, somebody like me, a 40-year-old, to help you maneuver these men. He not worth your tears, girlfriend. But we gonna get into that at the reunion. Again, Olivia and Horacio, are they? Is this a couple? Is this a couple? Koki, you say this is the best season Nelson has ever looked. I'm not a fan of men with hair, and that could just be my preference. I don't like. You see, I got my two little dangling pieces right here in my face. I don't need my man with two dangling pieces in their face. But everyone has a preference. But I'm hoping this is a couple vibe right here, because Olivia and Horacio look good together. They do. Jordan looked like Jordan. I appreciate this haircut on Jordan, because what he had on in the show was a mess to me. Anissa, I like the boots. I really couldn't see too much else of her outfit, but the blowout is cute. Anissa look good. Veronica had on a really cute red dress. Red is Veronica's color. Darrell is showing up for the check. He ain't put too much into his outfit. Oh, my favorite. It's something about Jack's vibe and the way he wore these leather overalls with no shirt underneath. It was giving it to me. I like the vibe of it. I was here for Jack's. That was one of my favorite outfits. The dark rock and roll eye makeup I didn't like, but the outfit I liked. And this is Nelson and before they got dressed, but that's Johnny, and that's what Johnny had on, and I thought he looked good. Okay, let's get into the show. Up first, we have this tweet from Devin. Devin says, I'm going to go to bed and wake up as a champion. Many others will go to bed spooning their egos, hoping to attain what I have, and I'll sleep better knowing an image of me smoking a dart in a can in the hand runs through their minds eternally. What pretty much he bragging. He doing what I told you all Devin and Tori was going to do that I can't stand. They got on here and won a final that was catered for them, and now they talking ish like they done just did the War of the Worlds desert final. And I can't stand it. I told you their egos was going to be too hard to contain. And if I was Devin and Tori, I would take the money and shut up. Because I just watched the Challenge Australia. I told y'all to check it out on Paramount Plus. Only 10 episodes, and it was entertaining to me. That final on the Challenge Australia looks exactly like the final that these two just ran. Except for it wasn't 100 hours. It was probably 30 hours, and it was straight. They even had to stand up on logs overnight. Both people just ain't do no puzzle and go to sleep. The final was 10 times harder on the Challenge Australia, and it was so much more entertaining. And I'm willing to bet money if the same 4 teams had to run the exact same final that Australia ran, Tori and Devin would not be the winners. Because guess what? It was only one puzzle. not 15. That's like me going to a nursing convention and it's a final at the nursing convention, but it's all accounting 101 questions. Of course, I'm going to win. And then I was listening to somebody else today, and they said it's in Tori's contract that they have to respect her vegan diet, even though she was on the show eating chicken nuggets. Yeah, Challenge Australia was good. Lucky Bananas had Nani and not KC. Yeah, if Bananas ain't perform his best either. Oh, you thinking it's a friend zone? Okay. And I saw this too. Lucky CT wasn't there because and Tori was the one who was threatening to walk off the set if Cara Maria showed up. Girl, you might be a champ, but you at the bottom of the list, both of y'all. But anyway, let's move on to the reunion and what they were talking about. Up first, congrats to Amber B. We already knew she was pregnant, but I guess she announced it on the reunion. And I'm sitting up here looking at my TV like, what all y'all doing standing up and hugging and stuff, and y'all can't stand Amber B on the show? Y'all fake. Real fake. Y'all can't stand this woman be talking about her all behind her back, but everybody jumping up hugging. Watch Tori be look, Tori. I don't want to jump too far. Global starts in what, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Tori has a good partner on Global. Tori has a partner on Global that I'm going to be rooting for. So unfortunately, I'm going to let Tori talk her mess. I'm going to let her talk her mess. Oh, Charles, if Jordan had Nia, we would be congratulating Nia on her first championship, not Tori and Devin. Best believe. But okay. No, I'm not watching Big Brother Canada. I'm sorry. I be trying to tell y'all, if they don't put it on Paramount Plus, I'm not watching it. And my brain isn't ready for Big Brother. I'm not ready to watch TV every day. I'm not ready to do that. Okay, up next, Nani's horse teeth is very distracting. And did she also put fillers in her lips? Nani, I'm going to give you a pass because I cried with you at the end of this episode. I need someone to tell these ladies that they're beautiful and all of these cosmetic add-ons are not necessary. But hey, y'all ain't watching Kiss My Cheeks TV. I would have told you, Nani, that you were beautiful and you didn't need it. But let's move on. Let's get into Norris versus Raven. I was highly confused at what was going on my TV screen. Y'all, I got a new workstation. That's why I'm leaning, because y'all don't care about none of that. But I got a wider desk for my camera so I can lean and actually look at notes. So that's why I'm kind of leaning. Okay. I agree. Those teeth, they were way too much. They don't want to be canceled for hating on a pregnant woman. I mean, you could have been like Veronica and them and clap from your seat, but all of them getting up, hugging and all of that, that was fake. That was fake. Maybe Michelle and I think Amber were real friends, but everybody else, no. Who were my favorites from the Australian challenge? I like the Olympic girl, Olivia. Damn it. Y'all know I don't remember their names already. Emily. And I like the Ninja Warrior, Troy. They're going to be on the Global. And I done forgot everybody else. Like, everybody in Australia kind of look alike. Don't hate on me, Australians, for saying that. But I did like Kiki. She was cute. I liked Kieran. Just because I like saying his name. I think that's a cute name. I might name my next puppy that. But okay, let's get it. Yes. Norris got Raven all the way together. Raven is sitting up here crying because this was how many months or years ago was this shown? Raven is on the reunion still crying. I was on the show all alone and I just needed a ride or die and I thought you were going to be that for me. And I showed you my titties. And I'm like, girl, don't nobody care. You showed this man your titties. I don't care. Because he talking about, I ain't even kiss you. I don't care if y'all would have full-blown intercourse. Raven, that wasn't your man. Your mind should have been on the $1,000,000 and not what this man was doing with his penis with another woman. I would not have cared. You should have ran over there and scooped up Nelson before Olivia got to him if you needed that much comfort at night. But Raven, you look to me, Raven, you look the fool sitting up here crying over some man that clearly does not want you, did not want you, and I don't even see how he led you on. Until a man is dating you and makes it official that you are boyfriend and girlfriend and he don't want to see nobody else, that's not your man, and you in the doing too much category, Raven. And then you start slut shaming Norris. Oh, you hopped over from Johnny to Jordan. Girl, that's what you should have did. If you needed that much, if you that type of woman that need that much comfort and holding and hugging to feel whole, that's what you should have did. You should have slid over there to Nelson. Oh, that ain't work. Let me go try Fessy. Oh, Fessy don't work. Let me holler at Bananas before Mariah get over there. That's what you should have did, Raven, because look in the mirror, girl. You are a bad bitch. You are a bad bitch. You too cute to be crying over some man that don't want you. And it's been almost 2 years. 2 years, like you was crying real tears. I was over it. Norris did get her together a little bit, but Norris, not too much. Not too much, Norris. I'm not mad at you for getting her together over the slut shaming, but everything else, girl, it's not that serious because ain't neither one of those men a prize. Because because you the one who said as soon as you he left the show, he blocked you. But now you talking about, yeah, you done hooked up with him since you done got kicked off the show. And then as soon as you left from Jordan's bed, he went right back over there to Tori. So don't put too much on it. Casey and Josh as a duo might have done well this. Casey and Josh, they might have made it to the final, but I don't think either one of them can do a puzzle worth a damn. So they still would have lost. They still would have lost. You felt bad for Raven. Everybody's entitled to their feelings. Everybody's entitled to their feelings. I didn't understand all the emotions over a man that was not yours. I just don't get it. In the house, you should have cussed his ass out and found somebody else. I just don't. Casey is the only person that can stand Josh. He's a workhorse sometimes. Look, Josh is growing on me because he's starting to calm down. And I believe if Josh can maybe do another season, maybe without Fessy and without KC, and we see, because see, Josh is only annoying when he got 10 people backing him up. But if he does a fresh season without his main alliance, he might not get on my nerve, but don't let me talk too fast. Don't let me talk too fast. Charles, they need to hire both of us. All these reality shows need to hire both of us. Yes, Raven was doing way too much. Raven still wants Johnny, and that's what's sad, girl. You up here crying over this man, and he don't want you. Ain't never. If you ask me, he ain't never really wanted you. Okay, you like Troy and Emily. I forget who came from The Bachelor. All them people look alike to me. I'm sorry. May of last year. It's about to be May this year, and she's still crying. On the official challenge podcast, Tori and Anissa said no recent Raven fight lasted. lasted 5 hours, and the Laurel and Michelle fight. Okay, well, let's move on because I don't want to give Norris and Raven 5 more seconds. Up next, we talked about Bananas and Mariah, and they have said they officially still talk. They didn't say date, they just said they're still in communication. That tells me that Mariah still allows Banana to hit it every once in a while, but they can still hit whoever else they want to hit as well. It's not official. And then Veronica jumped in and said, well, I think Bananas is using you, not the other way around. And I said, I ain't never thought of it like that. That could be true. Because if Bananas, you might have showed us a little too much. And I'm starting to feel like it's true because Bananas' main goal was to fight for Nani, to get a spot as a champ. And Bananas didn't perform too well, if you ask me. So I feel like when we watch the Global, if Bananas is still performing at that same level, then I'll take it back. But I kind of feel like Bananas is starting to be on the washed up side of things. And maybe he does need him a new young, because MTV has, I don't know, we're going to get into it because I don't feel like MTV is getting ready to turn the corner on casting. We'll get into that after we talk about this. Laurel versus Michelle. I ain't even about to go into all that. Michelle, you're scared of Laurel. And look, woman up, Michelle, put on your big girl panties and say, look, Laurel, you're going to beat me in the final. So every time me and Jay get up here and win us a daily, your ass is going in until you go home. And if you don't want to go in, you need to beat me and Jay in the daily. Michelle, if you would have said that, you would have had all my respect. But you're going all around the world. Oh, Veronica said, I'm on your hit list. Oh, your attitude towards me changed. And you don't remember saying that, girl. Don't nobody give a damn about all that. Just speak your truth. Because trust me, Laurel ain't scared of you. Jay and Jax, they did have a budding friendship. It's sad that the game got in the way of it, but hey, it's $1 million. I ain't mad at $1 million over budding friendship. I got friends at home. But anyway, Jay invited Jax to come work out. Jax said he was down with it, but Jay wanted to bring a camera, and he felt like the camera was for clout so he could post on Instagram, hey, look at us, we cool. And Jay was like, no, I was trying to get you some free pictures. I'm a photographer. Look, I'm gonna call BSJ. You probably were doing both for both. All of them do it. All of them sit up there on Instagram and video their workouts with each other and separate and all that. And the only one I subscribe to is Cinco, but that's a whole nother story. I do love watching Cinco. And he has a girlfriend now. I love watching them do their little workouts. I think it's cute. And Cinco was cute. No disrespect, girlfriend. I got a husband. I just looking on Instagram. They gave this camera moment too much, and I ain't gonna give it too much. Jax, Jay is a bigger celebrity than you. If I'm using the word celebrity too loosely, you should have went on the Instagram, took the pictures, let them take the pictures. If you was gonna make up. If not. It looks like y'all are not. So let's fast forward. Tori says something. Oh, Tori and Jordan. I really want to fast forward through Tori and Jordan. I'm just gonna say this about Tori and Jordan. Tori, you did put your relationship on the line for this game, but I thought y'all asses ain't have no relationship. And I don't know too many ex-engaged people sitting up here wanting to be friends. I wish y'all would just play the game and move the F on. It's not that deep. I'm tired of hearing y'all argue about it. I'm happy Jordan said he did it out of spite. At least he was telling the truth. Let's move on. Then they get into their 100-hour final, and I hit fast forward. Then they start asking um Tori and Devin some stuff, and I hit fast forward. I stopped at Olivia's face being broken in 5 different places. I felt really bad for Olivia, but girlfriend, you look good. I guess she got a permanent scar right here. Girlfriend, you still look good. Let's move on. Let's look at the comments real quick. Michelle makes 0 sense. Agreed. Laura would have respected her more if she would have stand on her stuff. Agreed. And Laurel said that. Like, girl, just say you don't like me, and I would have respected you, but now I don't like you either. Like, yeah. Jay is a photographer. He gets paid for it. Agreed. Like, to me, if he would have showed up at a workout session without a camera, I would have been suspect. I'm like, all of them, I don't follow too many of them. I don't follow too many of them on Instagram. I think I follow Cam, Leroy, and Cinco, and that's it. But all of them videotape their workouts. I would have been suspicious if he didn't have a camera. Like, this is dumb. This is dumb. The way Veronica spoke about Laurel makes me feel mean bitches going after her on All Stars 4. I don't know. It's too many leaks. Look, the mean bitches are going after everybody outside of the mean bitches alliance. Laurel, Cara Maria, Cam, all of y'all count y'all days. But the only thing is Tina and Veronica can't beat nobody. So they need to try to be friends. Because trust, they're going to be the main ones losing the dailies and going into elimination. But I can't wait for All Stars 4 to come on. That's going to be good. Laurel made no sense. She tried to explain her beef with Michelle, went on with nonsense story about... Y'all, once she started talking about toilet water, I quit writing. I said, what are y'all talking about? Let's not even discuss. Let's not even discuss, because at the end of the day, Michelle is scared of Laurel. All that slipping on the toilet water and stuff is just for giggles. Oh yes, we need all of them back. You know I'm here for this DM rocks. I want all of them back. What happened next? They made them start pulling daggers for audience questions. And of course, Devin was the only one who pulled a safe one. Oh, I cannot stand them. Devin, I liked you. Kamisha did an interview with you. I felt like I understood your point of view. And I was like, oh, I like Devin now. I really like his personality. He is a very presentable person. Like, I can see why he has a lot of friends. I get Devin, but it's another side of Devin. This side right here, I just don't like. I don't like it. Then they went through a moment with Nani, and y'all know I'm not a crier and I'm not an emotional person, but when she started talking about her mother, my heart does go out to Nani. I had a couple of tears in my eyes. When Casey and Nani start talking, I really like them. I really like them as a couple. The way Casey is holding her up, that's when you know your relationship is real. When you go through something where you need somebody to hold you up and they actually are there for you, that's real. That's real. KC, Nani, I want y'all to make it. I hope that y'all make it. I know I talk a lot of shit about y'all on the Kiss My Cheeks TV channel. Know that it's all game related, and please don't take it too much to heart if you ever come across it. But my heart really does go out to Nani. I get it. And it kind of made me get Devin now too, that season where he came back right after his father passed and kind of like, I'm doing it for my parent. Like, I get it. I respect it. And I hope you, I'm happy you have KC there with you through your grief and healing. But let's move on because I don't want to get too emotional. We still got to go through Survivor. Okay, this is where Devin pulled the safety dagger. The question was, were they throwing challenges? Um, were they throwing challenges to avoid nominating people into elimination so that their names would stay off of people's hit list? Devin wouldn't answer that. Devin, why? It's one or two sides. One, you all were either doing it and honestly, I would have respected that. That's a good strategy. Or two, you all weren't doing it, but you want to make us think that you were doing it so we could think that you were better than what you were. Please. I kind of feel like it's the latter. I feel like they weren't doing it, but they want to make us believe that they were. So we can be like, oh, look at them. They such a strong team. They was doing it. No, y'all asses was losing the challenges. Moving on. Um, Michelle and them crying over people helping people in elimination, and Michelle, shut up. People yell out, and they've been helping people in these eliminations since the moment since the moment the first person did it, probably 10 years ago. If you had some friends in the house and they would have helped you, you wouldn't be on this reunion crying, but you only crying because it's vice versa. You ain't had no friends and everybody wants you out. And it ends with everybody hating on Turbo. Devin called Turbo a bitch ass, and I said, you ain't gonna say it to his face. I know you won't say it to his face. And that's why I don't respect you. That's why I don't respect you. If you, to me, that makes you look like a bitch. For you to get up here and talk cash money shit, but when Turbo is in your face, you sit in the corner somewhere silent because you don't want none of that heat. But anyway, let's finish this and then we're going to move on to Survivor. They have shows like Survivor Africa. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. If I got to watch it on a link, I ain't even going to watch it. That's scary though. Yes. That is scary. Where she said if that ball would have hit her in the eye, she would have died because the speed that it was coming at her face, it would have went through to her skull. And even though she probably would, maybe she wouldn't have died, she would have definitely lost the eye. And y'all did all of that so Devin could have a checkpoint that he was good at. Mm-hmm. All Stars 4 is going to be very entertaining. The cast alone promise you an entertaining season. Just the cast alone. Ayana gonna be on it. It's gonna be entertaining. Okay. Maria did a good job as a host. She did. She did. I wasn't mad at Maria. Um, yeah, the Nani part was very emotional. I watched it. I think I fast forwarded another part. I fast forwarded something. It was cool to see the host actually, yes, engaged in the show. And it's cool to see that she actually knows these people. Like it wasn't just I'm crying. And Maria said she lost her mother around the same time as well. So I understood all the emotions. Devin really trying to act tough yet when he made that joke about the knives and Turbo asked him to speak. Okay. And they all knew Turbo was not there. That's why he said it. They all know Turbo is not there and he wasn't walking out of no secret passageway behind the screen. That's why he said it. And he's a bitch for it. And I'm not supposed to be cursing, so I'm trying not to curse no more. Yeah, Devin and Tori got second place in 3 or 4 challenges. I think they're just, I don't care about Devin and Tori. Let's move on because we got to get to Survivor. Here's another tweet I want to share. Gamer V was talking about for the Challenge USA, these are some rumored people from MTV. Number one, why is anybody from MTV going on the Challenge USA? I thought the Challenge USA was for Survivor, Big Brother, Love Island, Amazing Race. I do not want to see Zach, Bananas, Jordan, Tori. Definitely don't want to see Nani or Anissa. I definitely don't want to see Anissa. I definitely do not want to see Anissa on any more of my television screens. Like this lineup right here, Nani, Tori, Anissa, Jordan, that's a 4-person alliance right there. I don't want to see them on the Challenge USA. I want to see some new people get on here. And then the next tweet I want to share is, oh, it's small, you can't see it. But Derek Frazier tweeted, he was like, at this point next year, if y'all don't invite me on a competition show, it's personal. And he pretty much said they don't want to invite him on because he's a big guy. Y'all let Big Easy on. Y'all let Anissa on. Y'all let Veronica on. Let Derek Frazier have an opportunity. Let him have an opportunity to play these games. He would make excellent television. And I agree. It's not fair. Y'all let Anissa and Veronica come up here and ruin people's opportunity at $1 million every season. Every season, we know Anissa and Veronica can't run and they aren't going to win anything that has to do with endurance. But y'all let her come up here and bring down Jordan's season. You let Veronica come ruin Darrell's opportunity. Give Derek a chance. At least we see Derek in the gym working out. Turbo has the most legit win on the challenge, period. That final was the hardest final I've ever seen. There have been some hard, I ain't gonna make it seem like all the rest of them been easy, but that final that Turbo won was the hardest final. Devin could never. Devin wouldn't have made it 30 minutes out there in that desert. Maria used to do, for Rivals and Cutthroat. I don't remember. Y'all know my memory bad. Anissa and Nani, they should retire. What are they going to go over on the USA and do? And the fact that they have so many of those people from the USA, from MTV going over to the CBS side, they're going to ruin the show. Let's go back 1 second. Then we're going to move on to Survivor. All of these people, Zach, nobody wants to deal with Zach. Nobody wants to deal with his he-man, female hating ass. I don't like Zach. He's an asshole. He doesn't respect women. You putting up a 4-person alliance in Jordan, Tori, Nani, and Anissa. Everyone's going to fall over Bananas because he's Johnny Bananas and they're going to want to work with him. Like, no. It's a 6-person alliance. Oh, it's a 6-person alliance. I didn't know these people like Zach. Is it just me that doesn't like Zach? Oh, Jordan and Zach are actual friends. And you know what? We just saw Jordan and Bananas on the ski slope. So you're right. It is a 6-person alliance. I'm over it. Let's not talk about this no more because I'm going to be upset. Wait, let me see what y'all said about Davon. Oh, Davon coming back to the official podcast. Go ahead and give it to Davon and Devin because y'all already know I ain't listening to the other two. But let's get into Survivor. Survivor 44 starts next Wednesday. I am so excited, you all. I'm so excited. You already know what I'm getting ready to do. Let me go to my notes. We're getting ready to go through the cast. It's 18 people. Overall, I listened to all of the pre-cast interviews. Overall, I probably like 75% of this cast. It's only a handful that I feel like are duds. And by duds, I just mean based on the personality they displayed in these interviews, I don't see them having on camera television personalities. But they could have just been nervous. I don't know. But I like everyone here. I'm going to go through my list. I'm going to start from the bottom. These are the people that I just like to I'm going from dislike to like. So like the last person I talk about is my favorite person. So let's get into it. Y'all get up here and tell me as I go through the people. You tell me if you like or dislike them, what you think, if you agree with my assessment. Let's just get started. And at the end, I'm going to show y'all the tribes and how I think people may play out in the tribe. Y'all said the first tribal council going to be crazy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I do love the diversity of this show. And let me say something else. Every season, y'all know they have like the nerd stereotype. I feel like this season is nerd heavy. And when I say nerd, I just mean smart, intellectual. It's not a lot of, I don't see any Instagram models. No shade to any of you ladies. You're all very beautiful. But when I say Instagram models, I mean like people who just on the show to get their likes up. People who just want to run around the beach in their bikini. Everyone here is very intellectual, very smart. I think this is going to be a good strategic season. I think it's going to be a good strategic season. But let's see. Y'all talking about Nani and Zach and them, and I just don't. Oh, Nani, I don't care nothing about Nani and Jenna and none of them. I just saw Jenna throw her baby down the slide and he bust his head. No, he didn't. It was cute. It was cute. It was one of them little cute slide videos where the baby went down too fast and he fell off the slide. Kids do it. It was funny. It was cute. It was cute. The one with the glasses and the yellow palm tree shirt is kind of cute. Let's get into it. We have hope every season, Zuda. I think going smart is going to give it to us. I think having more intellectual people and not just one nerdy, because it's a whole bunch of people with glasses. So it ain't like, oh, he got glasses, he got to go. I think I'm having a good feeling about it too. Angie don't want to get too ahead of this, but this cast looks fun. Last season cast I thought was super dull. Y'all know what? I don't even remember but my memory is bad. My memory is bad, and I watch a lot of competition shows. So no, I remember Gabler won, and I liked Gabler. But who else was even on the show? I don't forget. So let's get into it because we're gonna sit up here and talk all day. At the bottom of my list is this lady named Jamie. Let me go through my notes because I took notes on everybody. Jamie is at the bottom of my list just because in the interview she was a snooze. Like I ain't even got that much on my piece of paper about Jamie. She's 34, a marketing consultant. She does yoga. So I'm hoping she have a little bit of athletics. Her favorite player is Marianne and Shan. Those are the people that she feels she identifies with. I like Shan, but y'all know I'm not a Marianne fan. Yeah. I could only be honest. She's talking about always being on her toes and she has a bubbly, outgoing personality. Girl, you didn't do nothing bubbly, energetic, or outgoing in that interview. So you at the bottom of my list. You just at the bottom of my list. I didn't get nothing from you. Up next is this beautiful Black girl named Claire. Now, the only reason I have Claire is 25. She's a venture capitalist. I think she says she's from Chicago, so I'm always down for the Chi-Town. But I think she lives somewhere on the East Coast now. She's been watching the show since she was 4 years old, so she's a super fan. And she feels like she relates to Natalie Anderson and somebody named Courtney Yates. I don't know Courtney Yates, and a lot of these people they mentioned I didn't know, and I didn't care enough to go Google anybody. In her interview, she said the word petty a lot. Like she mentioned how she kept saying Natalie was so petty. She waited this to get revenge, and so is petty. She said petty a lot. So, oh, you have her as a top 5. I don't. She said petty so much, it gave me the feeling that she's going to be a petty person within the game. And petty does not win. The game is too quick to be petty. You need to be on the strategy, making some good moves, and not, you can't be holding these grudges for 26 days. It'll go over you. Another thing I didn't like that she said, she had too much self-doubt in the interview. She kept saying, I know I'm the smallest girl. I know I'm not going to be good in challenges. I know I ain't going to be able to help my team. So I'm hoping I could talk to somebody. Like, girl, no. You can't go out there already thinking you're going to be the first boot because you're the smallest and the weakest. If it's already in your mind, I feel like it might happen. But I don't know. Y'all like her. Claire is second to last. Those are my reasons. She just said petty too many times to me. I'm like, girl, petty not gonna win. You think she's a winner pick? We'll see. That first girl is so plain. Honestly, I keep forgetting her. Jamie is very dry in the interview, so I think Jamie could easily be a first boot. Oh, the twist I saw, because I looked at the preview, they putting idols in cages. The idols will be in everyone's face. You still have to search for it. But there are 2 idols. Oh, now that's good. One is fake. I might like that twist. One of them is fake. As long as we not begging people for beads. If I find the idol, it needs to be mine. I don't need to be begging you for nothing to make my idol activate. I don't want to say no crazy phrases at tribal council to make it activate. Let me find it. One of them might be fake, so I might be faked out, but that's a good twist. I ain't mad at that one. I'm here for Claire. Hopefully she won't be stuck on the vendettas and being petty. I'm hoping she won't. But I'm only going off. I mean, Sandra is petty and she won twice. She is, but she ain't give me a Sandra vibe. But anyway, y'all know I root for everybody black, but that's just where I put it. Everybody had to go somewhere on the list. Up next is Helen. Helen to me didn't have a game plan. She's 28 and she's a project manager. She identifies with Erica, who won, what was that, 2 years ago? I already forgot. She says girl power a lot. So she gives me that she's going to be the one out there looking for an all girls alliance. And we already know how the all girls alliance goes. They never work. It was one time it worked, maybe 2. But I don't know. A lot of people this season have said girl power a lot. So she might look up and find her girl power alliance. But where she lost me is when she said if she could bring somebody to the island, she would bring Taylor Swift. I said, the bottom of the list, girl. And Taylor Swift, no ma'am. Don't nobody want to see her on our Survivor screen. But she did say she wants to play like Shannon Ricard, so she'll be out there looking for her ride or die. We'll see, girl, but you didn't impress me too much, and Taylor Swift kind of lost me. Right, no. Helen just seems to be there. She's one of the many wild cards this season. Erica was a huge wild card, so maybe... I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. She's still at the bottom. Who's next? Matthew. I'm just gonna call him Matthew. The other one I'm gonna call Matt. They shouldn't have people with the same names, but let's get into him. This is Matthew. Matthew is 43 years old. He owns a barbershop and a bar. As soon as he said that, I said, oh, you own a bar. You should be fun. You should definitely know how to talk to people. You should definitely be in there with the social game. But in the interview, another dry personality. Like his interview was so boring. I had to force myself to listen to it, to get through it. It could be the 43. But I don't want to say that because I'm 44 and I feel like I have a good personality when I get on camera. He's very dry. But he's here for the theatrics. He loves splashy moments of the game when people pull big moves. So Matthew gives me he's going to be looking to make a big move this season. He says people think that he's genuine and caring and he likes to have a good time. Um I like one thing he said. He says when he looks for an alliance, he's looking for someone who has the strength and where he's weak, where he wants his alliance members to kind of be opposites. So when they come together, they're really whole and strong. I like that he said that, but then he lost me when he talked about he is a personal massage therapist. Sir, you got about 50 million jobs, but anyway, what he said is he's a personal massage therapist. And when he goes out to the beach, he does not want to give anyone a massage because he feels like it's spiritual and therapeutic. And he doesn't want to use his hands as a way to connect with people in the game. Look, sir, in the day of the Me Too and in the day of that season where that man was over there touching everybody's toes and legs and feet, don't nobody want you touching on them anyway. So, sir, this wasn't going to be an issue. I'm sure the ladies and the men aren't looking for people to come around giving them massages. So he he kind of lost me there because I'm like, don't nobody want you touching them anyway. So that's Matthew. Where he's fourth from the bottom. I feel pre-merged from Helen. I already forgot who Helen was. Matthew is giving me lumberjack vibes. He does. He might make it. They starting off in 3 tribes. I wish they would start off in 2, but I think because they're starting off in 3, it might be another season where we see a lot of the ladies go home first because they're going to keep the men for strength. I feel Matthew will do good. Honestly, he also had a lot of content in the preview. Oh, we'll see. I heard a rumor there's going to be a strong girls alliance. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I don't be trusting them because it's always one girl in the girls alliance that really want to work with the boys and she ruins it. But we'll see. I found it interesting that he wants different attributes in his alliance. I thought that was a good thing. I think that's a good thing. You don't need somebody exactly like you, but we'll see, because sometimes you might need a meat shield. But who's next? Okay. Up next is Miss Caroline or Carolyn. Carolyn is her name. Let me go to her page because I remember she did her interview first. Carolyn is a 35-year-old drug counselor. She's a recovering addict. Carolyn lost me because through the whole interview, she was talking about, I want to play my true self. I like people who play at their true, authentic self. I want to be true. I want to be authentic. I'm like, girl, this game is about lying, scheming, backstabbing, making it to the end by any means necessary. Sometimes you might not be able to be your true self all the time. And then she says her personality is like Mary Ann. And y'all know how I like Mary Ann, but that bubbly, overly energetic, and I watched the preview. Carolyn is going to be like Mary Ann, and that's gonna get on my nerve. That's gonna get on my nerve. And I feel like because she's a recovering addict, I ain't no expert, but the little bit I do know, a lot of recovering addicts love to be honest all the time and they love to be true. So I think this game might be hard for her. I think her maybe having to lie to somebody about voting them out or lie strategically in the game might be hard for her. So I think she's either going to have to ride on someone's coattails to the end and let them be the strategic mastermind and she's just a vote and she just be quirky off in the background, or she's going to get voted out early because she going to ruin some stuff by telling the truth. So I don't see it for Caroline. But let's see. I think she'll give us some interesting television moments, but I feel like she gonna get on my nerve. Let's see. I heard there's a swap this season. I hope so, because that's what's missing. We need some swaps, or at least combine the two. See, they should have started at 2, break to 3, then go back to 1. I don't know. I ain't no Survivor producer, but I would love to see a swap. Love her, but you'll be annoyed by her most likely. I'm happy that you know me, Zuda. I'm happy. Survivor is about being cutthroat. Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. We ain't got time for you to be out here talking about authentic self. I want. Oh, and she's a crier. She was already crying in the little pregame interview. I'm going to be over it. I'm going to be over it. She's one of the people who's done the online games, so she'll want to make moves, but she says she'll still be her and probably cry. Jesus have mercy. If you cry afterwards, just don't do it on camera. Don't do it on camera. Sandra didn't win by getting by, but she liked Marianne. She named somebody else named Norma, and I don't know who Norma is. But let's see who's next. Up next is Kane. Now let me get to my Kane, because Kane reminds me of Carson, but it's something about Kane that I didn't like, that I like. Oh, because Kane was boring and he was dry in his interview as well. Kane is 24 years old. He just finished law school. Kane looked stressed out in the pregame interview. I'm like, sir, the game ain't even started and you look stressed. Like, you look like you ready to throw in the towel already. He's a super fan and he's a gamer. Oh, I said I think they saved the boring people for last. He was just boring. He was just very dry in his interview. He likes Tyson and he feels like law school prepped him for the game. That's all I wrote down about him, because everything else was kind of like do. It was just like, it was like he was just saying words, but it meant nothing. So that's why Kane is towards the bottom of my list. He seems tall and a little bit in shape, so he might stick around. He might give us a good game moment. I don't know. It's so many people that fit the nerdy archetype this season. It could be a real good nerd alliance. And forgive me for saying nerd. I ain't trying to be mean. I just mean it's a lot of intelligent people this season. Kane, you feel like Kane might outplay himself. Yeah. Kane gives me Cameron vibes from Big Brother 19. Big Brother 19. Okay, I didn't forget. From Daniel from 42, looks like he'll play himself out of the game. I think so too, because he talked a lot about being a gamer. So I feel like he's one who probably already has the moves mapped out in his mind, but the game is going to be so different that he may be the person to stick around for the puzzles. They got a whole bunch of puzzle masters this season. I don't think they worried about the puzzles. I thought about, please do it. Please do it. I would love to see some people that I know from the chats on the show. You know, I will be rooting for you. Up next is, who's next? I forgot. Danny. Okay. Danny is someone that I like. I did like, he has that New York accent and he loves Jeremy Collins. He's 32 years old. He's also a firefighter. And y'all know I love Jeremy. He said his mom, every season that Jeremy was on the show, his mom would donate money to St. Jude's as goodwill luck in the atmosphere for Jeremy. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He says, what did he say? He likes Christian because if you're arrogant, Survivor will humble you. Like, he loves David versus Goliath. He says people may think of him as a bro, a frat boy, a douche. And I said, sir, this the wrong season to come out here and bro it out. Like when you look at this cast, I don't see another frat boy bro on here. Like I feel the only reason I have Danny at the bottom of my list is because I feel like Danny is a personality out there all on his own. Like I don't he might get along with Brandon. I just feel like his personality might be solo. And where in past seasons of Survivor, we would always see the guy, like the bros, link up and have their little frat boy talk. I just don't see it. So I think he might have a hard time being social, but he might have an easier time being social. I really do like Danny. But what else did I say about him? He said things like he was the first one to be like, I'm eager to search for advantages. And I agree. In this new age of Survivor, you need to find the advantages, you need to find the idols. They're assets now, not liabilities. It's better to have one than not to have one. So he was one of the first one who said he's gonna be out there looking. And he also mentioned voting blocks in a way, like he's not really set to one set of alliances. He's willing to vote where he has to vote to make the moves that he wants to make. So Danny is either going to be on the island alone or he going to be a dark horse for the win. I can't wait to see how he plays because I really want to see, for a change, the cool kids try to fit in with the intellectuals, because I feel like that's what a few of them are going to have to do. Like we're not going to see the intellectuals trying to sit at the cool kids table. It's going to be the cool kids trying to come in at the intellectuals table. So I just can't wait to see how he plays that way. Let's see what y'all say about Danny. Danny does look good. I ain't mad at that. Yes, we want everybody to apply for the game. I could see Danny switch at 32. I could see him switching over to the Challenge USA, if they kick all the MTV people off. Yes. I feel you should didn't plan on applying. Okay, that was too much Zuda, and I got lost in what you're trying to say. Hoping for the best for you, and when you want Andrew to apply. We all want Andrew to apply. But as for Danny, I like him. He seems interesting and not like a jerk. Yes, he doesn't give me jerk vibe or racist vibes or any of that. He gives me what he says, frat boy, bro vibes. I will see how it goes. Okay. Who's next? Because we still got a whole bunch of cast to go. Franny is next. Oh, right here. Franny is 23 and she's a researcher. And all I could put on my paper is, girl, moisturize. Moisturize, please. Because when I look at this picture, I don't see 20 nothing. Maybe 33, girl, and you shouldn't be looking 10 years older than yourself. You look nice, but please moisturize, homegirl. She likes Stephanie Clark and Gabby. I don't know Glabby, but I like Stephanie Clark. She used to work at a nail salon. The story she told about working at a nail salon and how she hated the customer service, and she felt like if she could deal with some of the people that came to her nail salon, she could deal with anybody. I'm like, girl. She likes the chaos of the new era. She said people will perceive her as nerdy and smart, and she's the puzzle person. But girl, like I'm telling everybody else, it's a million of y'all puzzle people this season. So you being a puzzle person isn't going to be the advantage that I think these people think that it's going to be. The one thing she said that I liked is she says she wants to be in an alliance with a predictable person. And I agree with that, because if you know how a person is and you can predict how they're going to vote, you could predict their loyalty and the way they move within the game, that's the perfect person to be aligned with, because you can kind of predict when you think they're about to come cut your throat. So Franny could be a dark horse. I put she could be a dark horse on here. She could be a dark horse, but it's still a lot more people I like above her. Let's see what we saying about Franny. I'm not gonna read that, Zuda. Just moisturize, girl. Just moisturize and put on a little bit of concealer. Let me tell you about how I survived this nail salon. She did say a lot of smart things in her interview, and I liked her in her interview, and she had a good personality. Up next, Sarah. Girl, if this your outfit to wear on the beach for 26 days, you're gonna freeze and be very uncomfortable. You should cuss out production for making you wear this. You could at least got you a cute pair of shorts and a crop top, but you really gotta wear your Shein Fashion Nova dress for 26 days. Okay, Sarah, you look good in it though. You look good in it. Sarah is 26 years old and she's a management consultant. Again, another very intellectual person. Sarah identifies with Natalie Anderson, another person who likes the revenge Natalie got for Jeremy. She also loves poverty and how poverty played her idol and Russell Hand's idol to save their alliance. I like that move too. Sarah is saying everything I like to hear. And mind you, right about now, I'm in the middle of my list. She's number 10. She says she wants to partner up with someone loyal with an opposite personality of hers. Okay. She says she's gonna be out here looking for advantages, and she's obsessed with Tyson. She didn't say too much in her interview, but the way she spoke in her interview, I liked her. I agree. She does remind me of Kim. She reminds me of Kim. Wait, hold on. I forgot where I left. Sarah looks tall, which might work out in her favor. She does look tall, and she looks in shape. I see her being a plain, boring player, or she could be a dark horse. Zuda, are you looking at my notes? That's the same thing on my paper. I said Sarah could also be a dark horse in the game. The same thing I put on Franny's, because I said Franny need the moisturizer, and she also Zuda is looking on my paper. I don't know how you see my paper, but I like Sarah, and I hope she does well. It's just people I like better. I wasn't too high on her at the beginning, but now I'm here for her. I think she might do good. I don't think that is what she'll wear. Oh, okay. These just the photo shoot outfits. Okay, because I'm about to say I'd be mad at production. They made me wear this little dress for 26 days. I would be real mad. Okay. Who's next? Bruce. Okay. Bruce, 46 years old, insurance agent. I love his story. But in the pregame interview, it was something about Bruce and how he could never look in the camera. Like when he talked, he was always looking off over here telling the story. He would look and then he could never give eye contact, which tells me he's not comfortable with being on camera, which means he might not be comfortable on television. Maybe he was just uncomfortable in that interview. I don't know. But Bruce, I'm rooting for you. His story, he said he was abandoned for 3 days at the age of 2 years old. And he feels like he can handle anything because he was adopted. He was in foster care. And they had, what did he say? Maybe 20 children at a time, but they only adopted 8. So he said he knew how to fall in love with people For the long term, which means I guess those are the children that was adopted, and for the short term, like those were the kids who were just in the foster home, in and out. So he was like, I know how to make relationships for the long term and the short term. Good thing, good thing, Bruce. Because some people you got to get up and out of here on Survivor, and some people you gotta keep around for the end game. I love everything Bruce was talking about. He just seems so shy. He seems so shy in the pregame interview. And then when they asked him about himself, he just kept saying, I'm so arrogant. And I'm like, this interview doesn't give me anything about any kind of arrogance. But the one thing, and he was also the one who said he would not search for advantages. And I'm like, sir, that's going to get you up and out the game. You need to look and find everything you can get as soon as possible. He's an older castmate. He gives me the vibe of, I can't remember the man's name, and it might have just been last season, where he talked to everyone like he was their father. And that's going to get on people's nerves because they're going to be like, look, I left my daddy at home. That's the vibe he's giving me. But then he also might be shy. I'm hoping Bruce is kind of like me, where when I first meet you, I'm shy. I have my wall up and I'm getting to know you. Rocks Roy. Yes. I left my daddy at home, Rocks Roy. I'm hoping he doesn't give me Rocks Roy vibes. I'm hoping he could lay low and then he gradually gives people his personality. But in 26 days, you can't lay low but for so long. But I agree. We are rooting for everyone Black. He's in the middle of my list at number 9. Oh, we all like his outfit. Oh yes. That's a really good color for him, a really good cut. He's definitely in shape. He won't get voted out first because they're gonna need him in these team challenges. I don't really get much from Bruce. I don't really have faith in him. But we always gonna root for the Black people. I agree. I'm gonna give you a chance to show me if you're gonna act the same way in the interview and on the show. Up next, Carson. I like him. He's 20 years old, aerospace engineer, Georgia Tech. Look, he already at Georgia Tech. I love Atlanta. 20 years old, that's my son's age. I love 20-year-olds. I said in my notes, I said, Lord, Carson is so boring. You know how you like, Carson talks like a professor. How, like, if you in college and you just hear the professor talk so monotone, no levels, just talking. The way he talks is so boring. I forgot to take notes. And y'all know I'm not rewinding listening to nothing 2 times. I had to tell myself, Angie, pay attention. And then once I started paying attention, he says he understands people are going to look at him like the nerd archetype. They're going to think he's young, too smart, and they're going to see his glasses and be like, threat. But he said, no, I'm actually devious and very strategic. Carson, if that's true, I can't wait to see it, because I want to see a younger person with your casting type come in and be completely devious and tongue twister, strategic. I want to see it. So once he started talking like that, I start perking up. He says he's looking for loyal players so that he can manipulate them at the end of the game. I said, yes, I want some cutthroat stuff. He says he don't want to play with nobody like him. He said if you are a strategic player, he wants you up and out of the game. But he did say forget those advantages. He was like, I only want to look for advantages at the end of the game, not pre-merge. Sir, by merge time, all the advantages are found and gone. You got to get out there looking and finding and keeping the advantages a secret. But the only fear I have for Carson is that he's so boring that he might not be that social, and people might not, he might not gather the numbers to be as devious as he wants to be. Because I think people just gonna think he too nerdy and too boring. But this might be the perfect cast for you as well, because there's a lot of nerdy people out there for you to bond with. But I like Carson. He's truly my dark horse in the game. Like I really hope all the ish he was talking at the end of this interview I see on my TV screen. But we'll see what y'all got to say about Carson. Okay, you really like him. I do too. Carson's boring, but he's obviously gonna be all brains this season, but try and lower it in front of everyone. I don't think he can lower. I don't think he can lower it, but it's so many brainy people out here this season. I don't even think it's so many people with glasses this season. I don't even think that stereotype of people is going to be a threat this season. I like the cutthroat energy we're getting from most of the players. Me too. Me too. Okay, who's next? Because right now we on the top of my list. Heidi comes in at number 7, so she's above the average. I really like Heidi. Number one, I like this Palazzo pants jumpsuit in the bright yellow. Like that's something I would put on in the summertime. I'm here for the outfit. Let me switch over to Heidi's notes because I got to get to her page. She's 42 and she's an engineer. See what I'm talking about? Everyone is smart. She says she's representing the Latinas working in the STEM field. Here for it. Rep your race, your culture, and your career. STEM, engineering. She says she's here for the people with the accents, and she's from Puerto Rico. And we all know she's not the only person from Puerto Rico here this season, but I love it. I said she likes Sandra and Angelina. A lot of people don't really mention Angelina, but I liked Angelina too. Oh, I said Sarah, but I meant Sandra. Sandra. She liked how Angelina negotiated that rice. I said yes. She liked how Angelina asked for that coat. I said yes. She's another one here for female empowerment. We might get us a good old girls alliance. I want to see it, as long as one of them don't be shady. She says she's prepared for the game because she moved to New York City after college, and she didn't have nothing but a job offer. She said she didn't even have a bed. She said she moved to New York with a job, and I guess when she got her first paycheck, she got herself together, and she's very proud of coming to America from Puerto Rico. And I'm proud of her. I love her energy. She's energetic. She says she's energetic. She plays hard, and she hoped age doesn't count against her. I do too. I don't want her to be on a tribe and they be like, "Oh, she the oldest female. She could go." Heidi, I hope you good at the challenges, girl. I hope you good at the challenges. We gonna get to the tribes in a second because I can't remember what tribe she on. I hope you ain't on the tribe where you look like the first boot. I really, really, really like her. Let's see what y'all guys say about Miss Heidi. There are some people on his tribe I think he might bump. Okay, you talking about Carson. But he definitely should be winning every. Y'all done said this about damn near everybody. Didn't I tell y'all everybody was going to be a puzzle person? And watch this season of Survivor. They don't have no puzzles. This season seems exciting. It does. Oh, Heidi does CrossFit. Oh. Oh, well, girlfriend, you ain't going home first. Mm-mm. And you don't look 43. Girl, you look younger than the girl that's sitting over there talking about she 23. You don't even look your age. First in a while, we've gotten multiple Puerto Ricans, if ever. Yeah, because I think it's 3. I think it's 3. 2 for sure. But I want to say 3. Yeah, she's serving looks. I like this yellow dress or jumpsuit. Heidi made sure she was going to serve on the beach. This is how you bring a little blanket with you. This is how you bring a blanket. You wear the palazzo pants, and this is what you wear at camp. And then you wear a little bikini around the beach so you don't get your palazzo pants all wet. And then when you come back at night, you put that on, and now your legs are warm. Mm-hmm. Loving older people on Survivor, me too. Also, we love her feet not being visible in the photo. I didn't even notice that, but yes. Yes. Okay, who's next? Because she's still on. Okay, number 6 is Brandon. Brandon, to be honest with you, Brandon, you only made number 6 because you fine. Like, he's the eye candy of the season. He's another one. He was talking very monotone, womp, womp, womp. He wasn't really saying nothing about the game. But, sir, you're the eye candy of the season. You're the clear physical threat of the season. He's a 29-year-old account manager, and he's also a speed coach. He used to be in the NFL. He played for the Seattle Seahawks, and he let it be known, look, everybody that's been in the NFL ain't got no $1 million contract. I'm here for this money. So he's clearly not going to tell anybody he played in NFL, because as soon as we hear NFL, we thinking, oh, you got money. And he's like, oh, no. I work a real job. I'm happy I made the NFL, but I need this money. I like him. He identifies with Jeremy Collins. He already knows he's a threat. He's thinking about being in one of those meat shield type of alliances. But, sir, it ain't but it's only 2 of y'all. You and Danny, and that's it. That's it. He didn't say too much exciting at the end. He was talking about Dave Chappelle. I'm like, sir, Dave Chappelle cannot help you in Survivor. Yes, he's funny, but again, he didn't say nothing strategic. He didn't say anything interesting about the game of Survivor, but he's cute. So we want him to be on the beach so we can look at him. Okay. I Candy Brandon, me. You and Rich may have some problems. And a little bit of chat in the Sheena Spaces. I can't wait for everybody to cut up in Sheena Spaces. So what we got to Wednesday? I can't wait for y'all to cut up over Brandon. But I'm okay on Brandon. We all know why he's here. That's it. He's here for the looks. Let's move on. At number 5, I hope that Matt B does not take anything I'm getting ready to say to offense. I mean, no disrespect. Matt B, 27 years old. He does cybersecurity. The whole time I'm watching the interview, I'm like, he reminds me of somebody. I've seen him on my television before, but I can't put my finger on where. And then it popped in my mind, and I said, Crystal Method. I said, he sounds like Crystal Method. He kind of looks like Crystal Method. Sir, I understand you are not a drag queen, but I just get that vibe. I get that bubbly personality. Like, when I look at him, I feel like I'm looking at Crystal Method, and I love Crystal Method. So I have to love Matt B. I have to love him. That's all I can write on my paper. I said, I don't wrote Crystal Method all over my paper. But he likes Yule. Yule is the person he identifies with. What I don't like about Matt, what I don't like about him, which he probably deserves to be at the bottom of the list, he doesn't have any good self-esteem. He's like, oh, I can see myself being just like Eric and giving my idol to somebody because, oh, I feel like people may need me and I want to just help everybody and I want to feel needed. I'm like, sir, you got to get this together. You can't be all happy that you got an alliance and willing to take the sword for the alliance. Sir, you want $1 million or you want friends? Because I should hope you have friends at home. But He says he's very persistent. He applied for a job 3 times and got told no. And he said on the 4th time he applied, he finally got the job. He says he wants genuine connections, transparency, and trust, and he's gonna look for an advantage. Look, I like his, I love his vibe. I love his vibe, and yes, I know it's because he reminds me for somebody of RuPaul's Drag Race. And sir, again, I mean no disrespect. No disrespect. You just remind me of Crystal Method. I don't know about Matt. He's another wild card to me because I haven't really paid attention to him. Look, Matt is going to be someone that gets drug around this game or voted out quickly. Trust me. The only reason he's at the top of my list because he reminds me of Crystal Method. It's a mess. Right. I'm a mess. I'm a mess, but I feel how I feel. You're comparing yourself to Eric. Yeah, once he compared himself to Eric, I was over it. I'm like, sir, get it together. Like, Matt is too tall. Matt is tall too. He towers over everybody. I saw in the preview. Oh, okay. And he's cute. He's cute. Right. It's season 44 of Survivor, and you're comparing yourself to Eric of all people. Get it together, Matt. I like you. Don't be giving up idols for people. Who's next? Because we're starting to get into my favorites. Up next is Maddie. Look, I like Maddie. She's 28 years old and she unemployed. She says she quit her job to come on Survivor. I guess your job ain't have no long-term leave without pay. You ain't had no PTO on the books. She says she quit. She's not going to tell anybody that she quit her job because she doesn't want people to think that she's impulsive, irrational type of person. She's another one here for the girl power. She identifies with Suri. She keeps talking about watching people and striking. And she loves Suri, and she also loves poverty. Look, them two are my favorite females on the show. So I'm already here for it. She's upset that the game is not 39 days. She really wants to be out here and suffering. Girl, be happy they cut it down to 26. You still gonna suffer enough. They ain't gonna give you no rice and no fish and equipment, no fire. You're gonna have to earn everything, girl. You're gonna suffer enough. She says her perception will be she's hoping people underestimate her. She wants to be a wild card and she wants to be funny. Her energy on camera in that interview gives me great television. Like, she has an it factor for TV. Just based off of what I saw in the pregame interview, she's likable on camera. She says she's confident she will find an advantage. I was here for that. She was the first one who said, I'm going to find me an advantage. Not, I'm eager to look for it. I'm going to look for it. She was the first one to be like, I'm finding me some of these advantages. You ain't got to worry about that. And what else she saying? She was the only person to mention not telling a single soul when she finds an idol or an advantage. And I'm so happy somebody said that, because last season it was what we call that in the kindergarten, show and tell. Last season was show and tell. Everybody couldn't wait to show what they got and tell what they got. And I was over it last season. She said, I ain't telling nobody nothing. And then she brought up Madonna. And she said, what she's not going to do is make a decision just to be making a big move. She said everything going to be strategic. I ain't doing nothing for show here. Maddie is here for $1 million. Maddie is somebody who I want to see play this game. I really like her. Let's see what we got to say about Maddie. Zuda, you love Maddie? Yes. Just her interview alone with her saying, we all have social games in our everyday lives. I just want to play big but smart out here. Instantly fell in love. Yes. she has an it factor for the camera. She's good. She also shading Erica and Mary Jane for just winning off of social games. I didn't catch the shade. I might have to re-listen. I didn't catch the shade, but I like her. I do like her. Who's next? We got 3 more people. At number 3 comes Lauren. Um, Lauren is also someone who has that it factor for television. As soon as she started talking on camera, I perked up. I paid attention. She had personality. She's a single mom, 30 years old. She's a 4th grade teacher. And the first thing I said was, bless your heart. You got to deal with a whole bunch of 4th graders. It couldn't have been me. She was, I guess, recently divorced. And she said the divorce prepared her for the show because she had to go. I haven't been through a divorce, but I can imagine all the emotional changes and physical changes you have to go through separating, especially separating with children. She admitted she's a New Era fan. She ain't back from day one. I said, that's smart because people like me who have watched the show since season 1, I do miss some parts of old school Survivor. And I feel like when you watched old school Survivor, sometimes you go in with the mindset of old school Survivor, but since she's only New Era Survivor, she has New Era Survivor mindset. So I think she'll do good in the game. She identifies with Parvati, Natalie Anderson, and Shan. And I said, oh, more top females on my list. I love all 3 of them. She was the one who loved how Angelina asked old girl for that coat after she voted her out. I said, girl, me and Lauren gonna be here. I feel like me and Lauren are gonna be here. I hope she gets lots of confessionals. But then she ended it by saying, I'm never gonna eat a rat. And then she talked about how she ate possum and raccoon back in her hometown. I said, girl, if you can eat a possum and a raccoon, you might as well eat a rat so you don't starve. But I wouldn't eat one either. But I'm also not eating possums and raccoons. So I like Lauren. She came in number 3 on my list. Oh, y'all talking about Maddie. We on Lauren. Ain't nobody got nothing nice to say about Lauren. Everyone is still talking about Maddie. Okay, someone has something nice to say about Lauren. I like Lauren, but I worry she'll be too nice for the game based off her interview. But that 4th grade teacher who was on Survivor was Tommy, who won. Oh, Tommy was a 4th grade teacher. Did not know that. Did not remember. I did remember he was a teacher. And he had on them socks with his face on it. Okay. You okay on Lauren? She's stunning. She is stunning. I want to see her hair wet. And I mean that when it is a little bit bushy, but I just love her curl pattern. I just would love to see what it would look like wet. And just, that's weird. That's just me. I like the route they went this season. It's usually recruited people, models, alpha job. Yes, everyone this season knows the show. Everybody this season knows the show. Let's go ahead and push our way into the top 2. At number 2 is Dr. Josh. I'm going to respect this man. He is a surgeon. So I will be calling him Dr. Josh all season. And he's also very handsome. I can't wait to see him on my TV screen. 34 years old. He has another story that touched me here. Another good story. He says he was not supposed to live past age 5. He has some kind of kidney disease. He got a kidney transplant at age 9. And he's living out his dreams because he always wanted to be on Survivor. But he's also living out the dreams of his donor, who was a 15-year-old young lady who was killed by a drunk driver. Very sad. And she was a very adventurous person. So he wants to live out her dreams as well. I think that is so touching. Like, sir, don't have me on this TV camera crying. Please don't do that. He identifies with Jeremy. A lot of people love Jeremy. A lot of people this season love Jeremy. And somebody named Amy. I don't know Amy. He loves Sari. He loves how the ladies got Eric to use his idol. And then they voted him out. He's worried about the Ask Me idol. I'm hoping that the Ask Me Idol is gone. I can't stand that damn Ask Me Idol. That he's worried that if he finds advantages, he won't be able to trust his alliance if they find the Ask Me Idol. But sir, it sounds like you about to tell people you found an idol or an advantage, because if you would keep your advantages to yourself, it wouldn't be no worry on the Ask Me Idol, because wouldn't nobody know you had it. But I'm hoping the Ask Me Idol is gone. I can't stand that damn Ask Me Idol. Um, what else he say? His strategy is to have a good social game. He's looking for trust and a person who will have his back. He wants a ride or die. He only wants his ride or die to the merge. After the merge, he willing to cut his ride or die. Okay. He is eager for advantages and he likes Usher. I don't know why I wrote down that he likes Usher. Probably because I really want to go to the Usher concert, and I just spent an arm and a leg on Beyonce concert tickets, and I'm like, do I want to give away my other arm and leg to go see Usher in Vegas? I kind of do. I really do. But I'm trying to have self-control. But then I'm also on my YOLO thing where like, F it, Angie, you only live once. Go see Usher and Beyonce. That's so off subject. Let's see what y'all think about Dr. Josh. He's living for himself and her. That's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And you know CBS about to have him tell this whole story on TV again and probably have pictures and everything. And I'm gonna be crying at the TV. I'm happy I already heard it, because maybe I won't cry at the TV if I hear it the second time. Love Josh and his story. I'm rooting hard for him. This Josh, I would like on the challenge. 34 surgeon. I don't know. I don't see a surgeon doing the challenge. He got lives to say, other than the one we got. I can see the Ask Me Idol actually working for once with this cast. I don't know. Because for somebody to be worried about it is giving me the thoughts that he about to start telling, showing and telling. That's what I'm going to call it. Every time I see somebody showing it, I'm going to call it show and telling. They're in the kindergarten. Because they've seen it on 41 and 42, and this cast is actually smart and strategic so they can see it working. We ain't seen it work yet. So maybe by 44, somebody might can get the Ask Me Idol to work. I'd rather them just bury it and don't bring it back. Really rooting hard for him. I see him doing well. Me too. I really do like him. And of course, at number one, if you all can't guess, it's the Yam Yam for me. This is my vibe. This is my personality. As soon as he started talking in the pregame interview, I said, who is this? And don't you see him in this shirt with these pink and purple and blue cats all over it? I would wear that right to work. I said, oh, this man right here, I don't know how he's going to do in the game. It looked like he the one that fall off that rock, and I really hope that he doesn't. Because I love him. He's 35 years old. He owns a beauty salon. I'm like, every beautician I know has the social game on lock. The social game is on lock for him. And his personality is so infectious and bubbly and positive. I would just want to hang out. Like, I'm stuck on a beach for 26 days. No entertainment. Not saying I want him to entertain me. I'm just saying he has the personality to where we're going to cut up on this beach and have a good time. We're about to have a good time. I like him. He's going to be a social threat. He is a social threat. He likes Sandra and Suri. My heart. Sandra isn't my favorite, but I like Sandra, but I love Suri. He says he's also a couch contestant. Where last season he was sitting on his couch saying, I think I could do this. And now this season he's there. I love it. He loves family. He talked about Hurricane Maria preparing him for the show. He said during Hurricane Maria, he was fortunate to where he didn't have as much damage as others, but he still had 90 days with no power. He had a staff that was looking towards him for leadership on just how they were going to make it in life, not work, but just how we going to make it through this after this hurricane in life. He's a very strong leader. He says some people didn't have power for up to a year. Um, he says he's a beauty salon owner, so people know that they can trust him, and he knows how to get people to talk. I'll be in a beauty salon telling my stylist all my business, all of it, because it's just a sacred place where you feel like, number one, she don't really know me like that, so who she gonna tell? But you just feel comfortable talking to them. They make you feel comfortable. He said he wants to align with someone um who he can have fun with. That would be me. They should have took my ass off the couch and put me on Survivor 44. We would be having a good time out there. A really good time. And he's looking for all the advantages. Look, I like him. I wish this man the best. I really hope you're not the one that falls off the rock. And if you do fall off the rock, I pray you didn't get hurt, because I really want to see him on my television screen. I really, really do. He's probably someone who I will follow, because I don't follow everybody, but I probably will follow him. This to me is TV gold. TV gold right here. And then he called himself Yam Yam. The first thing I thought about was that Charlie Wilson song. Can we get to the yams? Sweet, sweet yams. And then he out there showing us all his thighs. I'm like, yes, give it to me. He giving us reality TV. I don't have faith in his game. Agreed. I don't have faith in his game, but by far, but he's going to give us a show. I don't know. Let's get into the tribes, because I can't remember if he on the same tribe as Heidi, but if him and Heidi could ever link up, that's all the gameplay he need. Heidi will help him get through the game, but he just needs to get there. He needs to get to a switch and get to her. But I'm looking for him. Yam Yam really gives me Mary Ann over the top vibes. Nah, not Mary Ann. Mary Ann's over the top is very different from his over the top. Like Mary Ann's over the top. If I was on that season, Mary Ann ass would have been sitting at home. She wouldn't even have made it to merge, because my nerves would have been worked. His over the top is the type of over the top that I could cut up with. We would be out there having a good time. But I do feel like he does have a cutthroat personality to him that can give him a win. I do too. Just because he has a great personality, and he didn't talk too much about the game, but if he likes Sandra and Sari, oh, he knows how to be strategic. I'm ready. We need another couch potato turn Survivor player. Yes. Maybe after I finish my little diet, maybe I might get off the couch. But no, I ain't about to sleep out there and all that dirt. Okay, honestly, this could be really good season. Maybe annoying at times, but finally a show. I have high hopes for it. A good cast for us that can actually come through. I agree. Let's get into the tribes real quick, because I've been talking for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I probably should have did Survivor on a separate video, but it is what it is. We had a good time tonight. The Tiki. Oh, well, I didn't hit the thing. The Tiki, whatever they call it, is Carolyn, Helen, Sarah, Bruce, Carson, and the Yam Yam. Look, Helen on this tribe, so she can go home first. So I ain't too worried. I think Yam Yam. This tribe right here gives me, I might go to tribal council first, though. They don't give me winning too many daily challenges. So I feel if they can get Helen out first and then get Carolyn out, I'll be good. But on this tribe, I'm rooting for Bruce. I'm rooting for all the men and Sarah. So I feel like I seen Carolyn too much in the trailer. I feel like she gonna make it a little bit. As Monique said, I would see it. I would like to see it. Yep, I would like to see it. Up next on the Ratu tribe, we have a lot of my favorites: Brandon, Kane, Matthew, Jamie, Lauren, and Maddie. Look, all the ladies need to work together or get Jamie out first, or you can go ahead and get rid of Kane, but we can't get rid of the eye candy. And Matthew is going to be this. To me, this is the tribe that's going to be winning all of the they're going to be winning all the challenges. But do they, because they got the puzzle master in Kane, they have a lot of strength. To me, this is the winning tribe. And up next, the Soka tribe, another good tribe: Claire, Franny, Heidi, Danny, Dr. Josh, and Matt B. Yeah, this tribe is going to win. So, yeah, Yam Yam tribe is going to be in trouble. Yam Yam got to put on his strategic brain quickly, because I think his tribe might see a couple of tribal councils, and I don't want him going home. Okay, that's it, you all. I've been talking for 2 hours, and it ain't even Friday. I'm tripping. Like, oh, but it's still early. It's only 7:45. I'm done. I do gotta go to work tomorrow. But I'm excited for Survivor. I'm excited. I think this weekend, if it's not tomorrow, it's Sunday. I wrote it on my calendar. They're going to drop the Challenge UK on Paramount Plus. I'm going to watch it. Hopefully it's only 10 episodes and I can, have a cute time looking at it. But I'm going to watch the Challenge UK because I want to see what they do before Global comes on the week after that. And we're going to have a good time. I'm going to review Global. We're going to have a good time reviewing Global. Next week, I'll go over the Global cast. Hopefully, I would have watched UK, so I won't spoil the people from the UK because I don't know who wins. So I know who won: Australia and the two people they picked to join from Australia. Oh, there's only 5. Yeah, UK is going to be quick because didn't they quit because the Queen died? So I heard they had a lot of issues because the Queen died. And a lot of them wanted to go home, which, I understand that's their country and that's their thing. Like, I'm sure if the U.S. had, I ain't going to say this on camera. I ain't going to say this. It's just a thought. But I ain't going to utter the words. But yes. So yeah, the UK will be a quick watch, and then we'll get into the Global, and we'll have a good time with Global. And then what comes on? Oh, then so we're gonna have 2 shows. We're gonna have the Challenge Global, and we're gonna have Survivor. And then once all of that over, it should be time for Big Brother. And I'm gonna give Big Brother a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance. But you all have a good night. I'm about to run out and get something to eat. I don't know if you all know. Oh, tomorrow is the finale. So come on tomorrow. Okay. Bel Air comes on tonight. That comes back. I don't review that show, but it's a cute show I like to watch. And then I still have to watch some other television and catch up. Argentina. When is Argentina coming out? Because I didn't know if Argentina came on Paramount Plus or not. And I'm only watching it if it come on Paramount Plus. So, if Argentina comes on Paramount Plus, I will watch it. And it also has to be in English. I'm not about to read all the subtitles. And I also think it's unfair for the people in Argentina to come over and get a U.S. partner, and then y'all can't talk to each other in the same language. So I don't think that that's fair either. But I want to see it. And didn't weren't they supposed to have Japan too? Oh, Argentina is non-English. Why is Argentina coming out in April, but Global comes out in March? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Paramount Plus, I know y'all love the challenge and y'all want to keep spinning it off and all of this and all of that. But look, don't do this again. Let us just enjoy the Challenge USA with our Survivor, Big Brother, Love Island, and Amazing Race people. But we don't have to have a global competition. Just let them. We don't have to. It's In a minute, it's gonna be challenge overload, kind of like Drag Race overload. Like after a while, it's so many seasons of Drag Race. I just want to watch the American ones, but I'm gonna let that be that. Do you want to know the winner from Argentina? You might as well tell me because I'm not gonna watch it. And the winner at least needs to know English because I think it's very unfair for them to have a partner and they don't know how to speak the same language. Yeah, you might as well tell. I mean, tell it to me in the email or the DMs. Then some people might not want to know, but I don't. I don't mind knowing because they need to fix the main show and finally they have a full casting pool of players. I agree. They need to fix the main show. They need to figure out whoever was over there casting All Stars 4. Whoever did All Stars 4 casting needs to come over to MTV and cast for 39 because they got it right on All Stars 4. And I ain't even we ain't even watched it yet. I don't even think they finished it. They might have just recently finished it. I can already tell that's going to be a good show. That's going to be a good show. They have a lot of people they could pull from. Can y'all please leave Anissa, Veronica, Nani, Bananas, even KC? Leave a lot of these people at home and you will have a good show. Oh, they only cast the people that spoke English. So for the Argentina franchise, they're going to speak Spanish. That might be what they speak over there. I don't know. Because the last time I said that about Brazil, they checked me. It was like, girl, they speak in Portuguese. So I don't know what they speak in Argentina. But okay, I get it. Okay, you telling me, you go ahead and spoil it, Dan. Ain't nobody watching it. Claudia is an actress and Rodri is a chef. Okay. Okay. They literally have the challenge US, UK, Australia, plus Aus. I know. I know. They'll find a way, Zuda. They always find a way. Okay, but let me get off of here, y'all. Thank you all so much for sticking around the entire 2 hours. This was a good time. We had to get that Survivor casting out the way so we could get into Survivor on Wednesday, and we're going to have a good time over there. And of course, you know, Stella is still be on Thursdays because I have a Friday night show that I do on Kamisha Reviews. So until that Friday night show is over, we'll still do Stella on Thursdays. But we're going to still have a good time. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So I'll see you all next Thursday for Stella. You can always find me on YouTube a couple of times a week doing a couple of other things. Starting this Sunday at 5 p.m., I am doing a virtual book club. Look out for the information on that. We're going to have a good time because not everybody want to talk about reality all day. So we're going to do a virtual book club once a week as well. So I see you all this weekend. Y'all know I'll definitely be on the YouTube over the weekend. So I'll see y'all this weekend. We'll have a good time cutting up. And until Survivor starts Wednesday, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.